guys, Grant with GVR Tools here. Man, it's finally cooled off in my garage enough to where if you looked at my past videos, like I'm dripping with sweat. This is a really nice night out. I do this from my garage, or what I want to call my studio. So I want to pump out another video tonight, and I'm going to try to do a lot more videos coming up here as I get time. But my one thing that I wanted to focus in on tonight is the Ryobi cordless, or I call it a hybrid fan. If you own Ryobi, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you have this, maybe you don't. Guys, this is, and I'm a Ryobi fanboy, I will admit that. I own a lot of Ryobi stuff. But I wanted to go through this fan tonight because I think it's awesome, and I think Ryobi's really stepping it up. If you look at, if you type in Ryobi on YouTube, you'll notice like they came out with some new stuff in the past couple weeks. Huge breakthroughs regarding their batteries. They call them like an HP battery. I call them a hybrid battery. They're making these batteries with the same amount of power. This is I think a 4 amp hour battery. They're making it even shorter. Ryobi just came out with a big breakthrough with their impact, their drill, a right angle drill, and they have a ton more stuff that's coming up. But the batteries are not going to be this thick anymore. Like, I see them, they're working on technology, and the batteries that I've seen on the latest like big release party was these batteries are half the size. Battery size is really not a big issue for me. I buy Ryobi, I use Ryobi, it's one of my brands I love because they're affordable and they have a ton of tools. In my coming up videos, and I'll go through that at the end, videos that I'm gonna do, that I'm looking at doing and all that stuff. But if you've seen any of my videos in the past, like I did the Ryobi Devour, the power broom, stuff like that. But tonight, the hybrid fan, you cannot go wrong with this. I think the last time I looked, this was like $50, okay, without the battery. So bare tool. When you see something on, most people get Ryobi, I think, through Home Depot. I got this at Home Depot. When they give the bare tool price, this is what it is. The awesome thing is with Ryobi, especially with this fan, what I like, and I'll go through the features here in a little bit, is you don't have to have a battery. I'm going to bring this up to the camera. When I say hybrid, this is what it means. You can plug a battery in there, and the nice thing about Ryobi is it takes any battery that they've made for decades. Well, not probably a decade, but past 15 years or whatever. But you see this right here? You can put just a regular extension cord in there, and it will run. It's a good fan. I've tried this out. I've actually put it on my dresser at night. It's fairly quiet. Pushes a lot of air, I'll tell you that. And I asked my wife what she thought, and she likes it. Pushes a lot of air. She doesn't like the color. But Ryobi is what Ryobi is. This yellow, I call it kind of green color, that's Ryobi. So we always have a fan on, especially during the summer. Not even for noise, but just for air movement. And it works really well. I tried this out in my bedroom and for a few nights, and it's really an awesome fan. We have a back patio with a fire pit and all that stuff. It's really nice, guys. Here in South Dakota, if you don't know where I'm from T, South Dakota, we get flies, we get mosquitoes and all that stuff. I spray for mosquitoes, I fog for mosquitoes, we put mosquito repellent on. But honestly, this is where it's at. I can put this on the rail or the top of my deck, turn it on. I don't know if you hear that. It puts out a lot of air. What's that doing? It's keeping the flies and the mosquitoes away. We just had a few kind of warm nights to where you want to have a fire pit and enjoy that, but yet you want some airflow, and there was no wind in South Dakota, which is very, very few in between for wind in South Dakota. When you want wind, it doesn't happen, and when you don't want the wind in South Dakota, it actually blows like 40, 50 mile an hour. So, but this is really nice. It's portable. I plug in a 4 amp hour battery, and I know we've sat on our deck at least 3-4 hours last weekend, and on a 4 amp hour battery, this thing kept plucking along. It's really nice, and it gives enough air to where you get a nice breeze over you. Plus, I noticed it keeps the flies and the mosquitoes away. Is this a huge fan? No, but it's a really handy fan. And if the battery goes dead, which I have not had it go dead when we're sitting out fire pitting on a nice weekend evening, I can just plug it in. Okay, so it's super nice. I got a fully charged battery here. I have not timed it, okay, on how long it lasts, because we start up once the sun sets, and when we go in it's dark, probably midnight some nights, and this thing's still cranking along. I'll try to show you the features of it. So the middle is off. One is just a nice steady breeze, and actually I can feel it back here. So let's just say 3 feet, okay? Put it on high. Not feeling that. Here. Still feeling it. I'll just say 5 feet, okay? Is it as strong as like right up to it? Like right here, I'm getting a nice breeze. That's really kind of refreshing. And when I tell you like this fan is awesome, like I am not, no pun intended, a fan of fans. Okay, I don't need one running when I sleep at night. I ran this because I wanted to test it out. My wife loves a fan run at night. I could care less. I just go to bed and I sleep. Okay, where would this be handy? Okay, in the garage. What I like about it, there's this little hook here. Okay, you can hang that. I haven't really honestly found a use for that, because if you do this, yeah, it works great, but it's gonna sit there and do this. Okay, I prefer to put it on its stand, and you can tilt it. Okay, and it works well. Works really well. I use it in the garage to try to keep things cool. Some cons. Okay, so we went through the pros. I love the fan. It works well. Some cons. The only con I have about this, honestly, and maybe some suggestions to Ryobi, there's no tightening knob. So I noticed this when I had this on my deck last weekend. I turned on high and I set like this. Eventually it starts tilting back, and there's no tension knobs to tighten this. I haven't tried to take these off and maybe tighten them. Maybe that's where it's at. I took this off. Yeah, there's some screws. Maybe I can tighten that up. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video. But it seems it's snug, but it's too loose to where eventually this fan starts going like this. When I set a fan, I want it to set like this. So one of the improvements I wish Ryobi would do is just have like a turn knob to where you can tension this in the position you want. Not rely on having to pull these caps off and tightening up the pivot. I get it, but that'd be a nice feature to have. Besides that, it's pretty awesome. That cap fell off again, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But this hook, I wish it was bigger. That gives you, if I want to hang this from my ceiling or whatever, if you put a pivot hook on here, if I just hang it from something like this, I'm pretty limited. I get it, like it's a $50 fan. okay? But I think they could do more with this basic hook, okay? So say you don't want to spend $50 or you're not in the Ryobi line. I'm going to pick up this cap because it's bothering me, okay? So say you don't have Ryobi batteries. Maybe, hopefully, through my videos you've seen, I am a Bauer fan from Harbor Freight. Or I say a Bauer fan. I'm not talking about the fan, but I really am. So I'm a fan of the Bauer cordless line from Harbor Freight. I use those cordless tools very often. They sell the same thing, okay? So it depends what your line you're in. And I'm going to go into other tools and other videos, and I'll mention what I'm going to go into later at the end of this video. But if you're looking for a fan like this, Bauer actually, I consider that they actually copied this. They came up with their own design. It's a hybrid. It uses the Bauer batteries, and it has the same connections. You can plug it in to an extension cord. Here's the deal, okay? Harbor Freight's always trying to provide quality at a lower price. And when it comes to quality for Home Depot, Ryobi's where it's at. This is their probably lower line, still good quality stuff. I love Ryobi, okay? But I also own Bauer. And I did not buy the fan like I've told you in previous videos. I'm just not going to buy a tool just to show it on this video. I'm very low income, like do everything myself. So, but I actually looked, and it's like $35 to $40 for a Bauer fan. Pretty much the same exact thing. Hopefully I'll get that down the road. And compare the two. I'd like to put a wind meter in front of them and see if one does better than the other. This one's 50, Bauer's 35 to 40, depending. And you could probably get some deals out there. So, but if you're not in the Bauer line and you're looking for a DIY, I'm all about DIY tools, and I actually want to stress those tools and bring them out in the professional field, which I do, and hopefully I'm in the coming months, I'm going to try to take some video of me using those Bauer tools out in the field, like legit, okay? They have not let me down, but Ryobi also has not let me down, and I just want to focus in on one tool tonight, which is the Ryobi fan. I didn't do measurements. I could probably grab some measurements here, but really, honestly, all you need to know is look at the diameter, turn it on, full battery. It's going to last at least 3 to 4 hours. Great for camping, okay? I'm actually going to go camping at the end of this month. And I think I'm going to bring a fully charged battery, Ryobi battery, and bring this along and see how long it lasts. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I don't know. I just want to try it out and see how long it lasts. And prove to you, like, this is quality stuff, people. Don't let Ryobi fool you. They are making leaps and bounds in the cordless world. But so is Harbor Freight. So you got to watch the two brands. Nice thing about my collection is I own Harbor Freight Hercules and Bauer. I have a lot of Bauer cordless tools, which I'm saying they duplicate Ryobi. Maybe that's why I like them so much. I have a lot of Ryobi stuff, good quality stuff, has not let me down. As a contractor using it every day and abusing it, would I use it? I'd try it, I'd give it a whirl, but if you're a full-time contractor, you're looking at DeWalt and Milwaukee, let's just be honest. No professional framer or professional person on the job sites is honestly going to give these a whirl. I wish they would. I'd like to see what they're all about, how they hold up. Are they in Milwaukee? No, they're not in Milwaukee. They're not a DeWalt. I call this a DIYer. I hate to say that. I hate the term DIYer, but if you're using these in your local home, garage, whatever, they are going to be a solid tool. They're gonna like support you and stay with you for many years, I believe. But so will Milwaukee, but not everybody has $1,000 to pump out to Milwaukee, and the batteries are more expensive. And maybe that's for a different video, but these batteries, honestly, I would say I get them for probably around $50 a piece, 4 amp hour battery. And Ryobi's increasing their amp hour batteries just like everybody else. And I hope to buy some of those, but I have not been let down. And in one of the videos, I'm going to go through the weed trimmer as well. So what do I hold in store besides this Ryobi fan tonight? I just want to give you a heads up on what I've received as comments or emails or just face-to-face communication regarding what people want with GVR tools. One of the things is, and a huge shout out to Rick, he's a buddy of mine. He goes, I love your videos, but can you do a basic video regarding what tool is which? Like go down to the basic crescent wrench, screwdriver, and all that stuff. I'm going to do that because I don't think there's a whole lot of videos out there explaining. If you're just getting into tools and not understanding tools, I want to put together a good video explaining down to a straight screwdriver. Okay, and a Phillips screwdriver, what's the differences and all that stuff. And I could do tons of videos on that, but I'm going to probably look at doing a summary on that here in the next few weeks. My next video is probably going to be focusing on Ryobi once again. I'm testing out this string trimmer, 18 volt, same thing that runs this. Guys, if you're watching this, like if you're looking for a string trimmer, hands down, Ryobi. It's cheap. I think I spent less than $100. Plugged a battery in. That's awesome. So I can't wait to share all this information with you. And you can find other videos on YouTube. I get that on the internet. But I appreciate you watching GVR Tools and give me your time watching this video and just for me giving some input. So with that tonight, that's all I have. Make sure the biggest thing for a YouTube channel is make sure you like this video, share this video, share with your friends, share a link and say, hey, check out this GVR Tools thing. I don't make money off this. I do it off of my own because I am here for you. I am strictly here to buy tools, research tools, tell you what I think, my own personal opinion, and go from there. So with that, I hope you have an awesome week and weekend. And with that, GVR.